Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Secret, a Taiwanese romantic drama from 2007 that stars Jay Chou, Kwei Lun-mei, and Anthony Wong. A piano prodigy, played by Jay Chou, lives with his father, played by Anthony Wong, and in 1999 he transfers into a famous music school where his father is a teacher. His classmate gives him a campus tour, noting that the piano building will be torn down on graduation day. In the building, he hears a beautiful, mysterious melody leading him to another piano student, played by Kwei Lun-mei. After class, he asks her about the song, and she tells him that it's a secret that cannot be told. So this movie begins rather efficiently, I think. Within the opening, 5 minutes, our lead characters meet and begin flirting with each other around the school grounds. And he meets some of the other guys on campus too and makes their acquaintance as well. But you'll notice early on that Secret is one of those pure-hearted movies that's appropriate for the whole family. I like the story, and it has a nice dynamic going on here. It reveals certain secrets later on in the film, and then it uses those secrets to set up a satisfying finale. Now, the chemistry between the actors is quite good. It's a nicely romantic little movie, I think, and I think the actors here definitely contribute to that. This was the movie that made me a huge fan of Kwai Lun-mei. It was not Blue Gate Crossing or The Most Distant Course. I do like those movies quite a bit, but I saw Secret before them. So this was kind of like my first exposure to her. And her charisma is just through the roof. I mean, every time I see her in a movie, she does a really good job. She's just fun to watch. Now, after this movie, she continued to do some really impressive stuff, so much so that I always make sure that I see a movie if she's starring in it. Some other good flicks with her are All About Women, Taipei Exchanges, The Stool Pigeon, Black Coal Thin Ice, The Big Call, and Wild Goose Lake. However, my favorite movie from her could possibly be The Passage from 2004. And I did a review of that one years ago on my channel. So if you could track that one down, definitely check that one out as well. She's been in a lot of good stuff over the years. Now in terms of acting, Jay Chou is not in the same class as Kwei Lun-mei. But he is likable enough in this movie. His acting, I think, is maybe a little bit stiff, but he has a certain softness to him that works for a romance film. I was completely unfamiliar with this guy before watching this movie, but he was actually a more popular musician before he got into acting, and more on that in a minute. But his acting is fine in this movie, I think. The more impressive fact, though, is that Jay had some hand in the script writing, the composition of the music, and he actually directed this movie. And I have to say that Secret is very nicely directed. It looks good, the shots are framed well, etc. And remember, this guy was still in his 20s in terms of age at the time of filming this movie. So if you're talking about a 26, 27-year-old guy directing a movie, it's, that's a limited amount of experience there. And I think he did an impressive job, considering how young he was when he directed this. So props to him for that. After this movie, unfortunately, he immediately decided to star in the lame crap fest Kung Fu Dunk in 2008. And if you haven't seen that movie, it is a pile of crap. It is bad. And then he appeared in a variety of other stuff after that. But in my opinion, his directorial debut, Secret, is the best movie he's ever been a part of, either in terms of directing or acting. Another big observation I made: the piano performances in this movie are pretty awesome. There's one piano duel about 20 minutes into the film, and it's really good. It's high energy. The way that it's shot and presented is a lot of fun. And from what I could tell, Jay Chou actually played the piano, and he's really good at it. If you just look at the guy and you're not familiar with him, you're probably thinking, oh, this is just a pretty boy singer from a crappy boy band somewhere. You know what I mean? But the dude can play the freaking piano. He's legit, folks. So that was pretty surprising, and it's one of the best scenes of the film, I think. But the music overall in this movie is really good. So much so that I actually bought the soundtrack the first time I saw the film. First thing I did was I bought the movie and then I bought the soundtrack. Lots of like classical piano music that's showcased. So some of it's kind of melody-like, some of it's a little slow, and some of it's fast. So it's a nice little variety. And the theme song is really good too. And then on top of all that, the music does give a little bit of insight into the character emotions during those scenes, and it does develop into its own full-blown plot device later on. Now, in terms of flaws, I would say this film does have the feel of a teen romance film in certain aspects. You know, there's certain moments where you're like, oh, that was a little on the cheesy side, or, you know, oh, that moment was a little bit contrived, but I do think that the very end of the movie also may have a little bit of a plot hole as well, unless I'm missing something. But overall, I mean, compared to most teen romance films out there, I mean, this is very maturely presented compared to most of those. So it's not something really to worry about, but it's something I noticed, that teen romance feel that you get. Pacing is a little bit slow during the second half, but the runtime is reasonable. It's only like 1 hour and 40 minutes long or something like that, so it's pretty easy to sit through. So overall, I enjoy Secret quite a bit. If you want something that's like a kind-hearted, wholesome type film, has some legit piano music mixed in, I say give this one a shot. It's a good introduction to this actress, and you could check out some of the other films that I mentioned before if you like her in this. It's currently streaming on YouTube for free, and it's also on DVD. And as always, I will see you next time.